Hey there, welcome to the course. I'm really excited to have you here with me. So this is the 3 secrets every successful childcare business owner knows. And my name is Christina Rizakos. So do you ever wonder how other childcare business owners seem to have it all figured out? I mean, you know what I'm talking about. Their enrollments are booming. They have great staff that genuinely loves being there. Their program is amazing, and they just seem happy and not stressed about the day-to-day tasks of running a childcare business. Meanwhile, others look like this. Can you relate? Well, you're here because you are probably thinking of starting your own childcare business and you'd like to get some more information, or you're struggling with your existing business and you need some help when it comes to your hiring, marketing, and your day-to-day operations. You want to learn how to operate a center that is filled with kids and families that love being there. You want to know how you can hire staff that fits your team culture. And you also want to have steady flow of income and clients every single month. Well, my goal in this course, this short webinar, is to teach you the 3 secrets every childcare business owner knows that allows them to fill their center with ideal customers, hire the right employees, and have smooth operations that allow them more freedom. You'll probably have more questions. I will give you all that I can in this time that we have together, but from my experience, you'll probably have questions or you'll want to dig deeper into certain topics, but we just won't have time in this webinar. But throughout the course, I will talk to you a little bit about how we can work together if that's something that you'd like. So, who am I and why am I teaching this course right now? Well, my name is Christina Rizakos. I am a licensed early childhood educator and a business owner. I opened my childcare center back in 2004 with zero knowledge about business, marketing, advertising, anything that had to do with taxes or, just running a program. But I knew that I wanted the freedom to raise my kids and do work that I loved. And I did that for 15 years until I sold it a few years ago for more than $500,000. And now I help my clients start and market their businesses. So, what are the 3 secrets that successful childcare business owners know? Here's the first one: alignment with your vision. So, let's dig deeper a little bit into secret number 1. Your business isn't supposed to be the best fit for everyone under the sun. Okay, so hear me out. I know that this kind of shocks many people, but it's so true. I mean, just think about it, okay? There are a lot of centers probably where you're at right now. There's home daycares, after school programs, preschool programs. I mean, you name it. I'm pretty sure you have a lot of businesses that offer childcare services, right? Well, that doesn't mean that everyone that walks by those centers is their ideal customer. It doesn't mean that just because you have an open house in your business and you have a bunch of people show up, that every single one of those people is actually the person that you want to serve. Okay, this is a business. I know that it's a business where you absolutely love what you're doing, right? You have to have a passion for working with children, but that doesn't mean that every family is going to align with your center's vision, educational program, team culture, and all that jazz. And successful business owners know this. They know that their vision is so crystal clear that they know that it's not supposed to be the perfect fit for everyone under the sun. So as the owner, you have to be crystal clear as to what your vision is for your business. I mean, think about it. When you close your eyes, what does your center look like? What does it feel like? What do people say when they visit, when they come in, when they leave your center? What do you want them to feel about your center and you? What are your values? What are your beliefs? What are your non-negotiables? Who is your ideal customer? And what is your personal philosophy when it comes to early childhood education, when it comes to team culture, when it comes to running a business? So you may be asking yourself, what does this have to do with a business? It has to do with the business in so many ways. But the most important part of this that I want you to walk away with is that every decision that you make in your business must align with your vision. It must align with your values. It must align with your belief system. It has to align with your ideal customer, your personal philosophy when it comes to education. I mean, how could it not, right? You have your own set of beliefs, your own values. You like doing things a certain way. I know for myself, when I left all my daycare jobs, and I ventured off into starting my own business, I was crystal clear as to what type of families I wanted to serve, what the program was going to be like, the services that I was going to offer. I knew what type of interventions that I wanted to practice. I knew what type of people I wanted to hire in my business. And that was really, really important, because when I had open houses, when I was hiring, when I sat in front of my computer and I was ready to write my rules and regulations, I knew exactly what I wanted that to look like, because my vision was crystal clear. Okay. So that's the first thing you have to get real clear on, is your vision for your business. You are the visionary. You are the business owner. It's up to you to figure out what that looks like for you, in your life and in your business. The second secret of successful childcare business owners is systems are king. Okay, so this is a really fun secret that I'd love to share with you. So, systems are what give you more freedom to focus on other things. Okay, so what type of things? If you focus on running your business, making sure that you're connecting with your customers, you may want to focus more on marketing your center, or maybe serving in your community in a bigger way, right? Systems allow you to do this. They allow the flow and alignment of your center. Everyone is on the same page when your systems are crystal clear. They repel the wrong customers and employees, which is what you want, right? And they also attract the right people into your world, into your business. Okay. What does your business look like without systems? Well, you end up feeling out of flow with your childcare business, right? You feel like you're showing up to work and it's just something just doesn't feel right. Maybe you feel like this is a job to you. Maybe you feel like you just don't have the right people working for you. Maybe you feel like the customers that you've attracted are not ideal for you and you just want to get rid of everyone and kind of clean house, right? You end up hiring out of desperation, right? You're just so desperate to fill your positions that you just hire anyone that walks in off the street. You struggle with finding clients to fill your spots if you're not really organized when it comes to your systems. You keep repeating yourself. Maybe this is to your customers. Maybe you keep repeating rules to your staff, and you're just getting really stressed out because you feel like you're saying the same things over and over. Your staff and your clients feel the unalignment. They feel that when they walk in, one way things feel like this, and the other day things feel another way, and that's really, really unstable for everyone involved. You end up doing everyone else's job, which is not what your purpose is as the business owner. So what are these systems? What are these type of systems that I'm talking about? Well, here are the three major ones: your rules and regulations, your educational program, and your staff handbook. And I'm going to show you in detail how exactly these are systems and how they can help you run your center more smoothly. So let's start with rules and regulations. Your rules and regulations are your Bible, okay? This is something that you have to develop as you're starting your business. And if you're brand new, they get much more developed as you gain more experience, as the years go on. But in a nutshell, your rules and regulations are what sets the tone of your business. This is where you're declaring to your customers as well as your staff what you expect of them, right? Your customers know what to expect from your services, but you also let them know what is expected of them in return, which is really important, okay? This is your contract between you, your business, and the people that you're serving, your customers. And these terms have to be clear. I can't emphasize this enough. So what types of things would you write in your rules and regulations? Well, This book is really developed. When I say developed, I mean this book should be at least 50 to 75 pages long, because you have to take your time when you're writing these rules and regulations out. Okay, so you're going to cover a lot of things. So let me give you a few examples. You're going to talk about the overview of your center. You are going to introduce yourself as the business owner, what your philosophy is for your center. You're going to talk a little bit about the mission of your business and what your vision is. Where do you see this business heading 5, 10, 15 years down the line? Then you're going to get to business. Then it's really cut and dry, talking about the rule or regulation, and then really discussing the procedures underneath that. So I teach this inside my childcare business online academy, and it's really simple because I teach a 3-step system that really clarifies this for my students inside my program. But what I want you to understand is that when you sit down to write your rules and regulations, okay, what I see a lot happening is that, first of all, they're extremely short, right? So, a lot of childcare business owners don't take the time to really think about the overall day-to-day operations, right? They just write things like, we serve lunch at this time, and, parents have to call in before this time if their child is going to be absent. And they really just kind of like take care of rules and regulations on a surface level. But when you are setting up systems in your business, you want your customers to know exactly what's expected of them. So for example, you would write things in this booklet that are going to allow a parent to know what happens during vacation times, right? Is there a procedure that they have to follow, and what exactly is it? Where can they find this information? You're going to write rules and regulations that have to deal with absences, right? How do you take care of that? What's expected of your customers? You're going to talk about your staff and what their role is in regards to morning drop-offs and pickups, and what does that look like in your center, right? I know for example, in my center, we had a rule that when you came to pick up your child at 6 o'clock, that you were responsible for your child. You had to kind of gain eye-to-eye contact with the teacher that was closing the center. You had to make sure that you said bye. We had to be able to know that, oh, yeah, so-and-so's mom or dad came to pick them up. And this was a rule that we put in because we found that many times parents would just come in and just take the kid and wouldn't even spend the time to talk to the teacher to see how the day was. They wouldn't pick up the agenda to see what was happening. And I had to make a rule in my rule book to make sure that parents understood that this contact at the end of the day was really important for us and for the staff, right? So those were things that I knew I had to add inside my rule book. But you can add as many rules as you need to in your business. This is the beautiful part about running your own childcare business, is that you set the tone of your business. You know exactly what you want from your customers, what you want your families to experience, and you get to do that inside your rules and regulations, okay? A second systems booklet, if you will, is your educational program. So this is where you get freedom over your program and align your center's vision with the educational philosophy, okay? So this is really fun, especially if this has been a dream of yours to start your own childcare business, because you've had, a lot of bad experiences working in really crappy daycares where you didn't, your philosophy didn't really align with theirs, but you just needed the job. I mean, I've been there, no judgment. This is where you get freedom to really take over the educational program. And when I teach my students to write their educational program, I don't stop at, we have art every Tuesday and we practice fine motor skills every Wednesday and we do puzzles in the PM. No. This is another huge booklet that I prepare, filled with policies and procedures that I want my customers to know and understand and to follow. So I cover things like nutritional guidelines, meals. We talk about the program. We talk about interventions and what that looks like. And I give examples. And we cover a lot of things, okay? So this is where you get to repel families that don't really agree with your philosophies, and you get to attract the ones that do. And again, you cover many topics, not only the activities, because there's so much more that we do with the kids on a day-to-day than just, Play-Doh and cutting, right? We do so many other things. So why not create procedures inside your program where parents can actually understand, the activities, they can understand the day-to-day events that happen, and they also understand the policies and procedures that go with them. And lastly, your team handbook. Now, this is where you get to put on your boss hat, your CEO hat, and you get to write your team handbook. So you could call this a staff handbook, employee handbook, whatever you want to call it. I like to call it team handbook. So what this is basically is a booklet that you give your staff only. That is crystal clear procedures on many things. Okay. So you would break down things like your hiring policies, firing policies, the responsibilities and roles of your staff. Your staff is going to feel guided and supported because they'll know what they need to do. For example, if they have to call in sick, right? They'll know the procedure that they have to follow. They'll know what happens if they need a day off or what happens with vacations, right? They'll know what they have to do, and in case there's an emergency or if a child gets hurt, right? Everything is really detailed inside these handbooks, which prevents you from saying the same thing over and over. And the great thing about being really crystal clear with your procedures is that anyone new that comes in your center, right, you're already equipped. You know exactly how you're going to onboard them. If it's you that's doing that, or your lead educator, or maybe you have a manager, you know exactly what the procedure is, right? Because you've taken the time to create the system inside your team handbook. So you'll know, this is what happens when we hire. This is what happens when we let someone go. These are the responsibilities of the teachers. This is where we post our programs. This is what you do when you need a day off, right? And so on and so on. So this offers so much guidance for your staff, which is really, really valuable because they're not bugging you consistently. Sorry, what do I do with this? Or excuse me, can I have that, right? Everything is really laid out for them. And it also sets the tone of your team culture, because when you are really organized with your systems and your procedures, staff feels it. They feel as though they're working for someone that is on top of on top of their stuff. They know exactly that you're professional. You've taken the time to create the systems. Obviously, the systems are working because they're inside these booklets, and they just feel protected and guided and supported, and they know that you're the real deal and that you've taken the time to do this work. So this really sets the tone for your team culture, right? Imagine if you didn't have clear systems and everyone that came in your business didn't know, what the onboarding was like, or what happened when they had to call in sick, or let's say one person followed a specific way of teaching and then the person in the toddler group did something completely different, right? That wouldn't be okay, right? So this sets the tone for your team culture, which is something that successful childcare business owners know how to do really, really well. Secret number 3, automations and outsourcing. So what does this mean? Well, let's start with automations. So what are automations? Well, sometimes when I say automations, people think that it has to do with technical work, and it can. I mean, to a certain extent, you can automate things on the technical side, but a lot of the things, you'll be surprised, you can actually automate in your business, right? Automations are basically anything that frees up your time. You can automate procedures that you've created once and that works. So for example, if you have an amazing tour procedure, you've given tours and they've converted really well, and everyone that comes in loves the way you show them around and loves the way your energy, right? And you manage to get a lot of people to sign up, then that is a procedure that you should definitely automate, meaning put it on paper, create a procedure for it, and then train your people, whoever is giving these tours when you're not there, to do exactly the same thing as you're doing, right? There's no guesswork involved. And procedures are great because anyone can follow them, right? Again, it's all about freeing up your time. So whether you're in the center or you're not, these procedures can easily be followed. It will lessen your workload when you start automating things. And then it's also going to help everyone get on the same page. So what types of things can you automate? So tours, for example, right? You can automate your marketing by using Facebook ads, a way to be growing your social media following, engaging in your small online communities if you have them. You can automate social media posts. You can actually batch content a week in advance and just set that and forget it. Internally, you can automate onboarding procedures, administering medications, filling out vacation sheets, and all that stuff that you do every single day. You can definitely automate it, create procedures for it, and then everyone is on board and on the same page. You can automate your hiring procedures, anything technical, and your communications with your clients, right? There's a lot of apps I'm sure you've seen online that you can actually automate payments and invoicing and, communicate with your customers. So you're not doing this, one-on-one. If you don't want to, you can definitely automate all of that. Outsourcing is another secret that many childcare business owners are doing, and that is also helping them run successful online businesses. So what outsourcing is basically hiring someone to do a specific task, something that you don't enjoy doing. So anything technical, for example, developing your website, updating your blog if you have one, taking care of your marketing, your Facebook ads, creating logos or graphic designs, right? Anything like that can definitely be outsourced to someone. You can outsource your accounting if you're someone that doesn't really enjoy doing it. There's a lot of things you can outsource in your business. It can be cost effective, right? Especially if you are hiring someone that is kind of like a virtual assistant, meaning they're working overseas somewhere. There's a lot of websites like Upwork or freelancer.com that offer amazing services at really reasonable prices. And it does free up your time and it allows you to focus on what you do best, right? So I'll give you a quick example here. When I started my business with my business partner, again, I was 24 years old at the time. I had zero experience when it came to anything technical. And I really did not want to be the one that was doing the invoicing and all that stuff. I just found that completely boring. So what we did was we hired someone to do the accounting for us. We knew exactly what types of tasks we wanted them to do. We found someone that we could afford at the time, and they would come in and just take care of all of that. And that freed up my time. So I focused on the marketing. I focused on making sure that the staff had everything they needed. And I really focused on other things that I wanted to do to increase the quality of my center. And I couldn't have done that if I was always stressing out about billing and about, reconciling the accounts and all that boring stuff that the bookkeeper, did for us. So let's recap real quickly. Number one, we talked about clear vision. So having a clear vision for your business, knowing exactly what you want out of this business. Okay. So whether you're struggling, you can definitely do this, and you should be doing this when let's say you're at the startup phase, you should definitely be doing this, creating a vision for your business. What type of person do you want to serve? What type of customers do you want to have in your center? What does your staff look like? What is your team culture? How do you want people to feel when they walk in your center? What do you want them to say about it? What types of services do you want to offer, and all that stuff that we mentioned previously. The second thing, detailed policies and procedures, the systems that we spoke about that are going to make your life so much easier. Now, I want you to understand that these policies and procedures do get updated once a year at least. But once you create them and they're working and you feel like the flow in your business, then it's so much easier for you to kind of go back once a year and kind of update things that you want to better in your business, right? And the third thing is automating and outsourcing. So automations are anything that you have created a policy for, let's say in written format, and you can train your people to do it as you would do it, right? So maybe you want to take like a couple of weeks off with your family, and you have a lead educator, and they know exactly what's expected of them. Monday mornings, they know what the procedure's like if someone comes and visits. They know what it's like, if they have to, let's say, order, material from the store, whatever that is for you. Everything has been automated. They know exactly what needs to be done. And of course, you should also be automating anything technical or marketing. So growing your email list or growing your wait list, right? All those things can definitely be automated as well, which frees up your time. And outsourcing, asking someone to help you that is much more skilled at certain things, that is going to free up your time so you're not stuck being the jack of all trades, doing everything all the time and burning yourself out, because that's no fun. Trust me, I've been there. And when I started really just getting really clear with my policies and procedures, and I knew exactly who I served, and I was really clear when it came to what my role was in the business, then everything changed for me. So what if you had detailed templates and training that helped you write all the systems mentioned in this course? And what if you had access to a support group that was here to answer questions? Would that interest you? So this is where I'd love to take a few moments of your time real quick to talk to you a little bit about how I can help you create these policies, these handbooks, these procedures inside your business so that your business thrives. I do all that inside my online academy that I call Childcare Business Online Academy. It's an online academy, meaning you have access to it wherever you have Wi-Fi. It is a go at your own pace program. You have access to it for life, as well as any new updates I add to it. So this is where you are going to learn how to write your educational program, your policy booklet, as well as your team handbook. And you're going to do that following my simple strategy. I give you access to templates, links, resources, as well as a support group where I go in and do live Q&As and support you on your journey. So real quick, the program is separated in 4 modules. So module number 1, I will walk you through the prep work, which means I will walk you through mindset, anything that has to do with law, legal, layout, as well as location. In module 2, I teach you how to write your policy and procedure booklet. So this is the booklet that you'll give everyone that signs up in your program, as well as your staff. And this is where you get to create the rules. You get to define what is acceptable and what is unacceptable in your center. And everyone needs to be on board with this policy booklet. So I take you through overview section, registration processes, and then we tackle the day-to-day operations. Module 3 is all about the educational program. So if you are working at a center right now, this is going to be, I think, the most gratifying handbook you write, because this is where you get to carve out your curriculum, your program, your philosophies, your guidance techniques, your daily routines and activities, as well as your nutrition and health policies. This is where you get to stand out from the crowd. This is where you get to imprint what you believe in your center and make that a reality for everyone that is involved in your program. And you do this by writing a thorough educational program so that everyone that signs up in your program knows exactly what your beliefs are, what your values are, and what exactly their kids are going to be getting out of your program. Module 4, this is where you get to put on your CEO hat and you get to write your staff booklet or your team handbook. This is actually a picture of my son on his birthday. I thought it was cute, so I just added it inside the slideshow. But here's the deal. Module 4, staff booklet. This is where you get to walk your staff through all the policies and procedures, terms of employment, emergencies, and any other policy that you see fit that you want to add in your business. Your staff, the people that are working for you and with you in your center, are your an extension of you, meaning anyone that you bring in your center, they have to be on board with your policies and your educational program, but they need to feel as though they're supported. They need to know what's expected of them. And that's exactly what you're going to do in module 4 when you write your staff booklet. Here's what other students are saying. So Maria said, during this lesson, Christina is very inspiring. And Anna was saying, it's so amazing. I learned a lot. So it's over 3 hours of content, step-by-step instruction on how-to tutorials, PDF customizable templates prepared by my graphic designer, and you get access to all of this. So the value of the entire course, everything that I have poured into this program, has a value of $397. I'm talking about all the hours of recording, all the courses, all the booklets and the templates. Everything that I have included inside the course has a value of $397. But for today, for you, since you decided to watch this course all the way to the end, I am offering you the chance to work with me inside my academy for $67. If you click the link below this video, you'll get some more information on it. You can sign up and then you can start the course. It's go at your own pace. I am here to help and serve. You can find me on my social media platforms, over on my YouTube channel, on Instagram, or of course on my Facebook. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video kind of inspired you to really reach for your dream daycare and really just make it a reality, because I know that if you're still here and you're watching the end of the video, I know you're the real deal. I know that you're someone that loves working with kids and you desperately want to own your own business. So let me help you do that. Bye for now.